Hello friends, first of all welcome to my YouTube channel. As you know, I have an interview series in my YouTube channel. The guest of our interview is Mrs. Alhares. First of all, welcome to our interview and thank you so much for your interesting for our interview series. First of all, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Maia and I'm Iraqi, but however, I'm living in Turkey recently, and I'm a high school student. I am a MUN'ers as well, and of course, I'm so excited for this interview since it is my first interview I have done.
Thank you so much. And if you are ready, I would like to start the session with first question.
Yeah, of course. Let's start.
Okay. As you know, the issue of our interview is MUN experience process. Can you give some information about your MUN career briefly?
Yeah, of course. So, my MUN career has started in 2019. The first MUN was in my city. My city hasn't done so many MUNs in the past years. But the first MUN was in 2019, and it was the first MUN I have ever attended to. It was not that big one. However, it was big for me since it was the first one. I can say that I didn't understand anything from that conference. However, if I didn't attend to that MUN, I wouldn't have done, and I wouldn't be an MUNer since then. So, after that first MUN in 2019, I attended to a second MUN in my city as well. And in my second MUN, I got a Best Delegate Award. I was in the EU committee, and it was really perfect. I was the delegate of Bulgaria. The third one was in Bursa. It was in Arabic. It was the first committee that the official language of which is Arabic. Then I attended to several other MUNs, and my sixth experience, I became a co-chair actually, and the MUN that I attended to in my school. After that, COVID-19 has started, and since then I have been attending to online conferences. And in my opinion, online conferences are much better than real conferences. Of course, they have disadvantages as well as many other advantages.
Okay, and actually, congratulations for your MUN career and award, first of all. And actually, as you know, due to the pandemic process, we can't attend to the physical United Nations conference. And actually, I am a MUN'er for like you, and I have joined many MUN conferences as a delegate or chairboard member or as a secretariat member, and actually I have a MUN career since 2018. But due to the pandemic process, I can join to the only online conferences at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same situation for everybody right now.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So I would like to ask to the next question to you, if you are okay.
Yes.
What was your first MUN experience? For example, I would like to give a sample about my first MUN experience. I lived a problem in general speakers list when I was the first time because I wasn't knowing what is the GSI, so I lived a a problem about GSL when I was a first timer. So can you give some information about your first MUN experience? I would be happy.
Well, my first anime experience wasn't good at all. Like, I didn't know what does mean the GSL as well. Like, I did many researches about the country I had and about the topic. However, I didn't know how to support my idea and what is the aim of that meeting in that committee. So, in the opening speech, I've written like very long speech, and I didn't know that it is only 1 minute or even a half minute. So the chair there, like it was kicking the pen to stop me, and I didn't stop. It was a horrible thing. However, after that, I learned that okay, it has only 1 minute, and should be only a short speech. After that, it was on this. It was the only problem I had in the first experience of mine. Then I tried my best to support my country. After I asked the chair, the SG, and the USG, what should I do? How can I support my opinion? How can I improve myself and stuff. Then they told me that you should just debate. It's only a normal debate. Then I understood what was happening, and I think I did well, but not that good. Yeah.
Okay. And actually, I would like to ask the third question to you. I think you took Best Delegate Award in your MUN career, and then when you took your first award in your MUN experiences, and can you explain this process to MUN'ers?
Yeah, sure. Well, my first MUN award was Best Delegate Award. It was my second experience in which I had Best Delegate Award. How did I get that award? Well, I get that award by that ambition I had in the first MUN. I thought that I have to take a award because my first MUN was horrible, as I said. So due to that ambition, I searched a lot. I worked on the speeches, I worked on the debate, and to prove myself, I did everything. Like, I was ruling the committee. Like, they wouldn't do anything without my acceptance or aloneness. And the second award, like after that MUN, after Best Delegate Award, the second one I didn't get Best Delegate Award deliberately. Like, I didn't want to get it because I thought that other people, like there was a delegate there, she was like wanting that award so much more than me. So I thought that she wants that, and I had Best Delegate Award before, so let me just give it to her. And I did that. I had instead Outstanding Award instead of Best Delegate Award. After that, I normally attended to other MUNs in Ankara, then in Bursa, in Kütahya, most of them in Kütahya. Then due to COVID-19, I couldn't go to Istanbul for a very big MUN called MOIC. But hopefully I will attend when COVID-19 is finished. But instead of physical MUN conferences, I'm attending to online conferences which are much better than physical MUN conferences. Why? Because they are more international. You have a better experience. Like, you will meet very different people from very different countries around the globe. You understand what are the other procedures of MUN, like more than Harvard or Simon. You meet people who talk in different languages, like an Indian accent or Mexican accent. You have more connections. Like MUN is not always about debate and winning the debate or getting an award. It's more about meeting people, have more connections, um, have that knowledge of international relations, and I believe that those people and those experiences will help us in the future.
Okay, and actually, I would like to add something about essence issue. In my physical MUN conferences, I heard British and American accents, but in my online MUN experiences, I heard Mexican and India essence, thanks to online MUN conferences, as you said. And actually, I think physical MUNs are better than online MUN conferences, in my opinion. But I think there are many benefits of online MUN conferences. For example, the MUN'ers can develop themselves thanks to online email conferences in this pandemic process. And then, for example, I would like to give example about myself. I am developing myself thanks to online email conferences in this pandemic process, then I have joined many international online email conferences now, because as you know, the international online MUN is easier than physical international MUN conferences.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and actually, I have many friends from many countries thanks to online email conferences. So, as I said, there are many benefits of online email conferences. I would like to give some sample again. I developed my English level thanks to online email conferences, exactly. And then and lastly, I developed my sorry, and actually I gathered many information about United Nations and United Nations committees thanks to online email conferences. And actually, I gathered many information about from my physical MUN conferences, first of all. But due to this pandemic process, I am gathering many information about UN at, as I said, Model United Nations conference thanks to online MUNs.
Yeah, definitely. So that's why I think that online conferences have more advantages than its disadvantages.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. So, if you're okay, I would like to ask to the fourth question to you.
Sure. Go ahead.
Can you give some information about your attending committees in your MUN experience? For example, you can give some information about your committee when you were a first timer, for example.
Okay, so I have attended to many committees in which I was delegate or a chair or co-chair or anything. The the case of committees is that they are so different than each other. Like a committee of an UNEP, it was my first committee as well. And UNEP, they have another goals. Like the countries are debating on solutions for the environment. Finding solutions for the environment is more scientific than it is socialist. So you have to focus on the scientific studies and what your country have done to the environment. Did they do something good? Did they do something that benefited the environment or not? In DISEC, which is my favorite committee, to be honest, I like DISEC more than any other committee because there are war, you have fighting, you have conflicts to find solutions for. In DISEC, you are more politician than a scientist. In Europe, you are like a scientist. But in DISEC, you are more a politician. So being a politician means you are focusing on political conflicts. You have to know how to deal with other people and how to convince them to agree on the same idea that you are wanted to win the debate. So for me, a small advice from me: search about the committee that you're in, and more important than the committee itself is the country. You have to understand the culture of that country, the geographical location. What do they think? Even their language. I don't say you have to learn the language of that country. However, you have to learn how do they think, so you can represent that country perfectly. For other countries, there is no so much different. My first chairing experience was NATO. NATO, I can tell that NATO is so similar to DISEC, but it has another procedure. Like, instead of writing a solution paper, you write a communique paper, and like the other process is same for the other committees. And beside GA committees, I have attended to crisis committees. Crisis committees is like a mess. You don't have a standard rule. You only have to say, okay, take the roll call, or what you name it, tell that, or anything else. Then you start the debate. And the debate is just like a mess. You don't have to say, okay, you can speak and you can speak. No. The delegates are debating with each other. It's like a big conflict inside the committee. But the good about crisis committee is you don't have to write a solution paper. And for me, it is so easier than writing a solution paper in a GA committee. Like, you don't have to tell others, you have to agree on this. So we have to agree on this, and then accept until the solution paper be accepted. We have to agree on one idea or two. So for me, it's much easier. But the stress in crisis committee is much higher than GA committee. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and actually, you gave some information about your MUN experience process. So thank you so much. And then actually, I would like to add something. I was representing France country in ECOFIN committee when I was a first timer, and in ECOFIN committee. And as I said, I was France country. We were studying to find solution about gender equality and gender pay gap issue, for example. And then actually the MUN'ers should be solution oriented in Model United Nations Conference, because the solutions ideas are very important and necessary in MUN conferences, as you know. And then I think everyone can be a solution-oriented person thanks to Model United Nations Conference, and also that's so. And I would like to ask to the last question to you.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yes. Have you got any advice to MUN'ers for MUN experience process?
Of course I have. The first advice is gonna be have an open-minded. If you're not open-minded, then you cannot find any solution. You cannot debate on any problem. If you don't have an open mind, you cannot even communicate with the other culture of another country. So for me, like, the thing that MUN have taught me is being an open-minded, and meeting other people from other countries is already a blessing. Like, if you don't meet another person from another country, you cannot ever learn how to communicate with the outside world, like the people who are abroad Turkey. And for being a good MUN debater is search a lot, read a lot, follow the policies of every single country in this world. Search about the news, like you can read some essays, some articles about different issues in this world. Just try to be more knowledgeable about this world and what is happening around the globe. Support globalization. Try to be united. Don't be a racist. Don't even try to differentiate between two people or even between yourself and another country. Don't see yourself as you're the best one just because you're from a specific country. Just try to be a human, and I think United Nations has been created just to teach humanity how to be a human. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for this information and also for your advice. And lastly, I have three general advice to MUN'ers. So I would like to give some information about that. The delegates should read to their study guide of their committee, and also the delegates should search your committee and also your their country policy, and then also the delegates should research their agenda item, because I think agenda item and also agenda item is very important thing for MUN conferences in committees. And so that's so. And Mrs. Alhares, our interview has finished, and thank you so much again, because you have given about your MUN experience, and also you have given many advice to MUN'ers and everyone. So thank you so much again for your attending to our interview.
Thank you.